Hey guys, welcome to What to Do Wednesday, where I do a video that one of you requested. This is a brand new thing that we're trying out here on my channel, and I really love all the comments that you guys left when I did the video at the Outer Banks last week. You guys left me like 800 plus comments, and I went through all of them, and I found like probably the next year's worth of videos that I could do for my channel, and just a lot of really cool requests. Anyway, there was a small thread of a bunch of people saying, dupes, 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 we want dupes. Can you do some drugstore dupes? And I have been meaning to do this type of a video for a while because I have a couple of great drugstore recommendations that perform just as well as higher end, more expensive products. And let's just get to it. We're gonna do just exclusively eye stuff. I didn't want to get too all over the place, so we're gonna focus on the eyes. I have some color match dupes and just some formulation dupes that are just great products. I also want to mention that you need to comment below and give me what you guys want for next Wednesday, because we're going to continue this. You see how this works every week. I'm going to pick another, grab into the comment section, pull out a comment, and we're going to make that video happen. If you guys watched my bridal makeup tutorial that I just posted on Monday doing my sister's makeup, I did use an Armani Eyes to Kill shadow. And in the comments, a lot of you guys are like, can you recommend something that's drugstore? I know so-and-so is getting married and they don't have the money to spend $30 on a shadow. And I wanted to give you guys an absolute home run recommendation that performs just as well as the Eyes to Kill. The colors are not exact. So like this one, for instance, is number 4. It's more of a warm taupe. You have a little bit of red swirled in here, but I have to say, for a drugstore dupe, you're going to want to go with L'Oreal Infallible shadows. Even the presser in here is very similar to what you see when you open the Eyes to Kill. Everything feels almost identical. The wear is identical. They're both very long wearing products. They're soft to the touch. You don't need to press much at all to get a ton of pigment on your finger or on a brush. And they're just amazing. Literally, I have to say, I gave one of my sisters like a handful of these along with a ton of other high-end, really expensive makeup, and I was kind of touching base with her and I was like, hey, what are you enjoying the most? And she's like, you know, these L'Oreal shadows that you gave me, that's what I wear every single day. And I was kind of like, really? Like, I gave you expensive stuff and that's what you really like? And you know, it just goes to show that you don't always have to spend a ton of cash to find something really beautiful that performs well. I have tons of these and I only have one of the Eyes to Kill shadows. Now this is another product match. It is not a color match. It is just an identical product texture. Gets it done exactly like the high-end version, and in my opinion gets it done 10 times better. I actually talked poorly about this product here from Tom Ford. I know Tom Ford screams luxury and should be totally amazing, but I was allergic to it. It didn't wear well, it creased, it patched off, it didn't apply that great. But when you look inside the jar here, it looks really beautiful. If you swatch it, it's kind of this mousse texture, and it looks really pretty on the back of the hand. So I thought it would be great on the eyes, but it's not. But I like the idea of something being like a mousse and being really smooth and creamy. And I have to say that from Flower Cosmetics, this guy right here, which when you look inside the pot, it's like identical. It's that same mousse, kind of really cool whipped texture. There's nothing else at the drugstore quite like this. These are $7.99 at Walmart, and they just glide right on the skin beautifully. The flower ones outperform the Tom Ford ones hands down. I have, I think, 5 different shades of these, and I highly recommend them. They come in a glass jar. It feels very luxury. The product wears all day. You can even just use it on the inner corners. You could use it all over the lid. You could use it as a base. It's just really functional, and I'm so super impressed with these. Last cream shadow product that I will share with you guys is a dupe for MAC paint pots. Now, these are well talked about and used in tutorials here on YouTube, and this one is an antique diamond. This is not going to be a color match, but this is a product match. These really are just like the Maybelline color tattoos. You do not need to spend $18.50 on one of these. Just go to the drugstore, find it on sale, and grab yourself a color tattoo. The color tattoos wear on the lid without creasing. They wear all day. They have a huge color variety. They always come out with new limited edition colors as well. I have like 12 colors in totals. I just keep purchasing this over and over because I love it. And I only have one MAC paint pot, if that tells you something. These can be used on their own for a quick summertime makeup. Just swipe over the lid, put on some mascara, and you're out the door. If you want your makeup to last all night and you want to use this as a base, it totally works really well with a powder shadow pressed on top, and this kind of just locks it all into place, intensifies the color, and is beautiful. So it's the identical idea to your MAC paint pots. This is a perfect color match dupe, and it is a texture product match as well. So these two right here are very identical, but have very different price points. And I actually, once again, prefer the drugstore version versus the higher end version. This is from Rimmel. This is the Scandaleyes Chubby Stick liner. You can, use it just to line the eyes. You can smudge it out like a cream smoky look. And this just glides on so incredibly easily. I'm such a fan. These are like $3.50 a piece as well. Like, oh my gosh, that's so inexpensive. This is from Urban Decay. And again, you have that kind of bright blue color going on where you could just add like a pop of color on your upper lash line or just on the lower lash line. It's really on trend, really summery. But this guy right here is much more pricey than the $3.50 that you would spend on the Rimmel Scandaleyes. Speaking of Rimmel Scandaleyes, they have thinner liners as well to more precisely line, and I have been such a big fan of using this guy right here to line the waterline. This is just in Nude. It's $3.50 as well. And this is what I reach for over any of my other higher end nude liners. It's waterproof, it's really creamy, it's just amazing. I mean, I used to use this one a lot from Lola. This is French Pink, it's a highlighter crayon, it's much chubbier, but really the color is just about the same, and I was so surprised when at the drugstore they brought out a product like this. I find it to be really unique and something that everyone should have on hand when they want to just like brighten up and awaken up the eye area. It's just amazing. Let's move on to a little shadow talk, shall we? And a lot of you guys have noticed that my Naked 2 palette is falling to pieces. Some of them have like switched places, like they'll fall out and I'll just kind of like jam them back in. And kind of didn't even realize I was doing that until I'm watching tutorials and I'm like, and now I'm using this one. And you guys are like, that's not the right color. So forgive me. My palette's falling apart. Oh, how did that happen? Anyway, this is a $50 palette. It is well loved. I take this with me when I travel. I love all the colors in here. I found a pretty decent dupe for Snakebite, which is an awesome shade to use all over the lid. You can use it to accent the crease, and that is from the Foxy Browns quad from Flower Cosmetics. This quad is awesome just in general. This is $9.98 for all 4 shades. You can buy this at Walmart. And this shade is just really, really pretty. You also get this matte brown shade, which I've been using a dark matte brown in a lot of my tutorials recently, and it reminds me an awful lot of Matte Wood from the Meet Matte Nude palette from the Balm. It's very, very similar. You can see just really, really similar color, really similar pigmentation. It lasts on the eye, and I just think this is a gorgeous palette that you can do so much with. So if you're on the hunt for a really beautiful neutral nude palette from the drugstore, this has a little bit of shimmer, a little bit of highlight, and then a gorgeous matte brown color in here. Great, great item. The last dupe that I have is something that I have raved about before, that when I was digging through my makeup looking for dupes, I was like, oh, I really prefer this shade. This is a L'Oreal H.I.P Studios Duo, and the shade is Electrified. You get 2 shades in here, but this guy right here is what I'm always after. I have it on the lid right now. It's just gorgeous. It's the perfect metallic, taupey, awesome, amazing color, and it reminds me so much of the finish that a lot of the shades in the Naked 2 palette have, especially Verve. It's very, very similar to Verve. You can see right here, they're just really identical, except for the one in the Electrified Duo I like more. It's a little bit warmer, a little more wearable, and I just rave about this duo as often as I get a chance to in a video. It's awesome. So now that I have makeup everywhere all over me, that is about it for eye dupes that I have right now. I will potentially do like another dupes video in the future. Again, maybe not on a Wednesday thing, maybe I'll just sneak it in someplace else, but leave in the comments what you guys want to see next Wednesday. And sorry that I didn't do a cartwheel into the pool. I know, I wanted to, but then I just imagined myself like my hand slipping and me like breaking my chin and being in the hospital and like ruining my sister's wedding because stuff like that would happen to me. So I hope you understand, and thank you guys so much for watching this. I will see you in my next video. Bye. Mwah.